Welcome to my live and good evening from Bangladesh, Cox's Bazar. I am now, and I'm welcoming you to my today's podcast, which is really based on the situation which is happening in the Federation of Myanmar, and we know that a fight has been erupted between the military junta and the rebel forces in Myanmar, and already the Myanmar rebel forces, different rebel forces, has already taken or occupied more than 75% of the land mass of national area of Myanmar. So one can predict very rationally and mathematically that the military junta is going to die, and the death is the angel of death is knocking at the door of the junta. And my today's podcast is really a situation analysis of the fight and the history of the fight of the rebel forces against the military junta for many decades, and which is going now till the moment. And the upcoming death of junta is not only the tagline of my video, my podcast, but also this is a prediction from different analytical groups and think tanks around the globe. Also, it's maybe, we can say from outside with great hope that it's also the voice of the hearts of the people of Myanmar, as the rebel forces could capable to occupy 75% of the land area of national Myanmar border. So it can be easily, one can say that the population of the occupied areas, they have a lot of support from their bottom of the hearts to the rebel forces, so that the rebel factions or rebel forces got such enormous logistical support, moral support, ammunition support, communicative support, and other circumstantial support from the population of those areas. So one can say that this is also the wish and ambition and dream of the people of the occupied areas. So and the analysis is all about some points I would quote from different news and media about the fall of the junta regime. What I chose for these tagline is fall of a rogue regime. Let me start with a news article which is covered by the Irrawaddy. The Irrawaddy covered a news on 27th of February. Mr. Mom Kevi prepared the news, and the headline of the news is Myanmar junta calls on students to join university corps. Let me read for you. Myanmar's regime has urged students to join the University Training Corps (UTC), which acts as a reserve for the military's depleted ranks. Junta newspaper said many generals, including regime boss Min Aung Hlaing, were former UTC members. Other members included there are some names of the ranks, different ranks, who are once served the UTC or University Training Corps. So I think this news is a sign of the lack of personnel and land forces or operating forces, active forces inside the military junta armed forces. And I think this call is some kind of, after losing every ground, when people get to know that I have no other options, so they come forward to you to door and to say that give me some arms. I think this is a great show of weakness of the military junta, and the military junta. I think the military junta has now opportunity to look upon their oppressive policies and strategies, which is imposed upon the people of the Myanmar Federation, Republic of Myanmar. Why I say is that for last many decades, the junta ruler has imposed horrific rule and policies and strategies on the people of Myanmar, and that led them to revolt against the Myanmar junta government. I think so. It's a turning point for the junta government to look at them at this last moment, where they have already lost 75% of the land area of the entire Myanmar. Then let me read from another small news, which clearly shows that the Myanmar junta policy and war strategy still now it's not favorable, and still now they are violating human rights and Geneva Convention and other international rules-based orders. The news is covered by one of the leading newspaper of Bangladesh, the Daily Star, on 26th of February 2024, which is read, Rohingyas being forcibly recruited by Myanmar military, and they have been offered $41 monthly salary, and there are also the citizenship card. Let me read a short from this news report, which is covered by the Daily Star. Myanmar's military is forcibly recruiting Rohingya men from villages and camps for internally displaced persons in Rakhine State, and it is feared that they will be used as human shields, said a report. The report comes after the UN Special Rapporteur on the country said that Myanmar's ruling military junta has doubled down on civilian attacks while showing signs of becoming increasingly desperate by imposing military service. So the report also said that which is prepared by the UN's Tom and Rouge, and the report says that, I quote, as the junta forces young men and women into the military ranks, it has doubled down on its attacks on civilians using stockpiles of powerful weapons, and the training period is only 2 weeks. The junta's military can only use those who have been trained for just 2 weeks as human shields. So this is a quote from Nay San Luin, co-founder of the Free Rohingya Coalition. So there is now a clear indication that the junta is forcing Rohingyas to join this fight against the rebel forces. Let me note one information for you, that Rohingya is one of the most oppressed human population in the world, and they have been forcibly evicted and tortured and slaughtered by the military junta, and the military junta evicted them forcibly from their ancestral lands for hundreds of years to nearby Bangladesh, and now more than 1 million people means 1 million Rohingya people are living in the barbed Rohingya camps inside Bangladesh, and they are deprived of their all basic human rights as they are living inside the camp. And another note is that Rohingyas are made to live inside Myanmar border in the IDP camps, means camps for internally displaced persons. So now in this fight, Myanmar government, the same Myanmar government who has evicted forcibly the Rohingya people from their ancestral land and also made them live inside their country in the IDP camps, so the same junta government is now forcing the Rohingya people to take part in this war, and the main purpose is to use them as human shield, as they have been given only 2 weeks training, and the purpose of these 2 weeks training is to use them as human shield. So the intention of the moral of the junta government still now is not good, and it's really horrendous to note that they are still now violating human rights, and also they are not in line with all the rules-based orders established by international rules-based order and collective humanity. The another report which is covered by Rising BD, and the news is of 8th of February, that means today. And that news read, the headline of the news is Myanmar junta troops burn down Kowloon town. So the news read, Myanmar junta troops burn down 80% of Kowloon town, which is located on the border of Sagaing region and Kachin state, after retaking it from resistance forces 2 weeks ago, residents said. Ethnic armies and People's Defense Force groups, PDFs, under the Civilian National Unity government seized the district-level town on November 6 last year after attacking it for several days. The regime retook Kowloon on February 12 after targeting in a major offensive. Means the junta government retook a city and an area which name is Kowloon town, which is located in the bordering Sagaing region with Kachin state. So there they retook the land, they started torturing, imposing the same method of ethnic cleansing, torture, mass eviction, massacre, and genocide, which is also used by the junta ruler in previous times against who stood against them and even who didn't stand against them. So they have the report also covered 10 villages. 10 villages have been attacked and torched, burnt down to ashes. So and the report also says that during that torching of 10 villages, there were no fighting was ongoing, because the junta ruler has taken occupation of those villages. So there were no anti-government forces or anti-junta forces. Now, and this incident forced 25,000 residents of 10 villages and also from other 25 villages to displace from their homes. So people are now still experiencing torture, mass eviction, and violation of human rights and genocide in their homeland, where there is no offensive against the junta rulers. So junta ruler is still now a rogue regime, and I think I must say that this is a sign of violation of human rights, and also it's the continuous nailing on the coffin of democracy, of pluralism, of freedom of human people, and human rights, which is enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is protected by the different UN charters and international charters, and also protection of civilian population during a war, which is promised and protected by the international humanitarian law, which includes the Geneva Convention. Now, what about the people's mindset inside the junta-controlled area? What I've already mentioned in my tagline, the main topic of my discussion is the upcoming death of Myanmar junta rulers, and that is, I think, correct, I must say, because I quote one news headline from CNN, which is published on 21st February, which is created by, the report is created by Helen Regan, Sue Chai, and August Watson on CNN. And the reporters quote one student who says, "I don't want to kill," means there is a provision of conscription by the junta ruler for the young people, and young people are now leaving the country in groves as they are not ready to kill their own fellow people, and they are convinced that the military junta is the killer. The military junta is not doing the right job. The military junta has a rogue ideology to impose torture and violation and of human rights on the people with whom they will made to fight against. One student of 20s, her name is Anna. She's an educator. She's 20s. She's in her 20s, and she said, I quote from the CNN, that we are in panic mode and are considering a way to escape. People are not, and she continues, I don't think I can keep living in Myanmar, and people really does want to flee from Myanmar, as the conscription law has clear direction that young people aging 18 to 35 for men, and young women aging 18 to 27 needs to join the military. And also the technical specialists age up to 45, like doctors, engineers, they must join the army to serve the junta ruler, and otherwise it is a punishable act if nobody joins or anybody refuses to join the military junta. The United Nations Special Rapporteur for Human Rights in Myanmar, Tom Andrews, quote in a recent report, which is covered or quoted in this CNN report, that while, I quote, while wounded and increasingly desperate, the Myanmar military junta remains extremely dangerous. This is a report by the UN Special Rapporteur for Human Rights in Myanmar. So we have to take it very, very seriously. And I quote again from his statement that troop losses and recruitment challenges have become existential threats for the junta, which faces vigorous attacks on front lines all across the country. The report clearly supports my tagline that the upcoming death of the military junta in Myanmar. I continue quoting the report, the statement of the UN Special Rapporteur for Human Rights in Myanmar, Tom Andrews. As the junta forces young men and women into the military ranks, it has doubled down on its attacks on civilians using stockpiles of powerful weapons. So he has also a kind of a prediction for all of us out there, that as the military junta has doubled down recruiting personnel, young people, but now, so there is a fear that with clear conviction that the military junta can use the stockpiles of powerful weapons and to kill civilians, as they come to some kind of understanding that the civilian people are in support of the rebel forces, and they are opening their back doors to welcome the rebel forces. So and the report clearly says that they can use the powerful weapons using the new recruits to destroy and the civilian population. And so I think there's a clear indication that the Myanmar junta is going to die, and we can be convinced that the young people to flee the country, and it's not a good sign as the junta ruler is losing their ground. So I think, in short, this is the situation in Myanmar, and I must say that the junta government will not long last. They have already lost 75% of their total land area, and they have lost a significant amount of their fighting forces, and the reserve is going down. It has been dried up, and there is a very clear indication that the inhabitants who are living inside the government controlled areas, they are waiting to support the rebel forces. The conscription laws are not working, as young people are fleeing the country in groves, in thousands, and amounting pressures on the existing fighting forces are extreme, as the fighting forces are being exhausted by seeing the losses and also casualties, and there is a significant absence of rank and order inside the military. So I think as the military is also losing their moral ground, they are fleeing in platoons, in convoys from different areas of the country. So the junta is now going to die, and this is the story of the fall of a rogue regime. Thank you very much. Stay well.